Him is a brand new sports horror movie directed by Justin Tipping, produced by Jordan Peele, as you have no doubt seen in all of the marketing material for the movie. They've marketed this as a Jordan Peele movie so much that when I mention the name Justin Tipping to my friends, they're like, who the fuck is that? Also stars Marlon Wayans, Tyreek Withers, Julia Fox, among other people. Tyreek Withers is this rising superstar quarterback. He has dreams of going to the NFL. He gets attacked right before the NFL Combine, and it puts his entire future in the league in jeopardy. So then he gets recruited to go and train with Marlon Wayans' character. Marlon Wayans is a GOAT, or the GOAT of football. He's a guy that has all these accomplishments and accolades. So Cam decides to go train with this guy to get his head on straight, and while he's there, there's a lot of really weird things that start happening. He soon realizes that not everything is as it appears or as it seems, and thus we have a really weird movie. I know a lot of people hated the trailers for this movie. I didn't hate the trailers. I actually was intrigued by the trailers. I thought, okay, that looks interesting. If nothing else, I'll check it out. Now that I've seen the movie, I could say, well, the movie's interesting, if nothing else. But for starters, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm a huge sports fan. I love football. Football is like one of my first loves in life. Next to Trina, Cherokee Diaz, and Penn Station cheesesteaks, I would say those are probably my first three loves in life besides movies. But right up there next to them is sports, basketball, and football. I love football. The idea of a horror movie built around football, I mean, that is so intriguing to me. Like I said, if there's nothing else going on for this movie, it has intrigue. It has interesting concepts, ideas, and visuals that draw you in and make you want to see where the story goes. That is to say that this is one of the more gorgeous, beautiful looking movies of 2025. When you really step back and view the movie, you look at the camera work, you look at the color palette, the way that the film traffics in deep, saturated reds and darker colors, the great contrast that they pull up between shadows and light in different scenes in this movie. The way that they shoot footballs in this movie makes them feel more ominous than they are in real life. And also, they do what I like to call MRI shots in this movie. Because it is a football movie and you're dealing with human beings colliding with each other at full speed, they do this X-ray vision type of shot where you get to see like the interior of the human body. Like they have a lot of POV perspectives from inside the human body. You get to see why, you know, human brains are not really meant to crash into another human brain. It's just not how it's supposed to work. So I say all that to say that the movie has a very interesting visual flair. It has this stylistic quality to it that definitely makes you more interested to watch it. There is also a shit ton of very vivid and surreal and visceral and graphic and provocative images found throughout this entire film. In a lot of other movies, when you see weird or obscure stuff peppered in the background, you're kind of like, oh, that's an Easter egg or that's a reference to something or whatever. But this movie, it's like the Easter eggs and the references are the entire point of the shot a lot of the time. So it just kind of makes you pay more attention to some of the weird shit that you see in this movie. I would say the movie has heavy religious, satanic, occult, supernatural vibes to it and undertones. I don't think that the movie leans hard in any one of those few directions. I don't think the interest in the movie would last nearly as long though if it wasn't for the completely unhinged performance that Marlon Wayans is giving in this movie. I don't care how you feel about the movie, good or bad, when you walk out of it, you can't walk out of it not thinking, okay, Marlon Wayans killed that shit. Marlon Wayans is easily the most interesting character in the entire movie. He easily, in my opinion, gives the best performance. His performance attracts and repels in a lot of ways. Tyreek Withers is fine. Like, he's perfectly suitable as the lead in this movie. He does sometimes suffer from resting plank face, or resting blank face if you want to just say it like that. In the end, you gotta respect the ambition that's on display in this movie. This movie is about the violence of football and about the fanaticism that runs rampant throughout sport, toxic nature of the sport and everything else that comes with it, that comes with fame, things that you do, the sacrifices that you have to make to try to make it or whatever. The idea of selling your soul, the idea of concussions and the impact on the sport, like a lot of those type of things are touched on in here. What I will get into right now is the big reason why this movie just didn't really click with me, and that is because the movie is a narrative nonsensical mess, unfortunately. This is a movie that has themes, it has ideas, it has concepts, it has stuff that makes you intrigued, it makes you want to know more. And for the first like 45 minutes of this movie or so, I was sort of on board, but there are a lot of unexplained and unexplored themes and ideas in this movie. This movie has a lot of subplots that feel like they get picked up and then abandoned a little bit later. It's a movie that feels like it's going in a lot of different directions, and by going in a lot of different directions, it feels like it doesn't actually go in any direction whatsoever. For a large stretch of this movie, you're kind of like, okay, where are we going? What's the point here? And why is nothing happening? This is a script that takes some pretty big leaps throughout this entire story. And again, I was on board for some of them. Some of them I was kind of like, maybe they'll circle back and they'll explain how that works later. But I would say this is a movie where its reach extends a little bit too far beyond its grasp. It's a little bit too ambitious for its own good. And to me, if you're gonna take a big leap, you gotta stick the landing. You know, what does Deadpool always say? He talks about superhero landings. This movie should have had a big football-esque superhero landing. Like, it should have landed on a lot of the stuff that it's trying to do in this movie, and it does not stick the landing, and as a result, it affects my enjoyment of the movie. These big leaps are no more apparent than they are in the third act of the movie, where the movie kind of just loses its mind. Like, it collapses every half minute. I was actually kind of impressed watching it. It's weird that the movie feels like it's smart to the point of being pretentious, where it's kind of like, look at how clever we are. Look at all these things that we're introducing to you. Look at all these things that are gonna make you think about things as you leave the theater. But at the same time, the movie also feels very dumb, and certain concepts feel so out of place that it feels like an incongruous disaster. The movie just feels like an incoherent mess. It just feels like it doesn't know what it wants to say or how to say it, and after a while, it's not saying anything. It's just throwing shit at the wall and expecting you to like it. In the end, Him was not Him as a movie, and I'm going to leave this one in Smallville. It's more of a guilty pleasure. Those are my thoughts on Him. Tell me, have you seen the movie? What did you think about it? Give me your thoughts on the movie in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.